everyone, welcome to Divine Geomatrix. My name is Desiree, but you can call me Des. I want to welcome my new subscribers out there. What's up, guys? Nice to meet you. And for my returners, good to see you. Thank you again for joining me. Today I'm going to be doing a weekly collective reading for the week of November 9th through the 15th, 2020. There are a couple of transitions that we have this week. Also on Sunday, we have a new moon, which is super exciting for all the cycles that have been coming into play. We just ended our retrograde on Election Day, which was November 3rd, and a lot of this time period has been kind of settling from retrograde and cleaning up the mess that maybe was made during the time, and starting not necessarily new projects, but more so looking at the projects that we've started but haven't necessarily finished. So if you have been feeling creative and don't know where to start with that, I would start by looking at maybe your archives and checking in with some of the stuff that you have yet to finish. Let's go ahead and just dive into today's reading. I do want to clear up some space by burning some Palo Santo, and then also clearing more space and opening up our hearts with the Tibetan singing bowl. Sorry, that was my cat. Okay, so some for you, some for me. So I'm like super weird. I love when Palo Santo burns like sage, like potent and a lot of smoke. So I'll burn it until it has like a really nice draw. Oh, this is so nice. Clearing some space around me. Now I feel a little bit more grounded. I hope that you guys do as well. Let's go ahead and open up our hearts and allow Spirit to work in and through us, and also open up our energy and our hearts to receive the messages that the Divine has in store for us, and also open up our energy field so that we can feel the healing that comes in with these messages. Okay. Let's do that one more time. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Hello, Spirit. Please allow me to be an open channel for the collective at this time. I ask that you open up my heart and my mind and my throat chakra to hear the messages to relay to our community with love and light always. I ask that you provide any messages that you have for us at this time, and help us to open up our hearts to receive your divine message. I ask this with love and light always. That's lovely. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I did something pretty crazy, and I took a deck of regular playing cards and I wrote a few inspiring words on them that can help with inspiring us to focus on a word for our spiritual transitions. I know that this is going to be a weekly collective reading, but I also want to include the idea of spiritual transformations. So if you've been going through an awakening period, an enlightening period, any kind of spiritual awakening process, you might want to open up your hearts a little bit to receive any messages that are really calling you at this time. Spirit is telling me and driving me to make this video so that we can talk about these transformations and any messages that Spirit wants to communicate with you on. I did start by shuffling my energy oracle card deck, so let's go ahead and just get into it. I reset this already, but I'm going to shuffle once and then we can pull some cards. Okay. So I've been taking a lot of time for myself. I actually was making videos pretty often, and if you've noticed, there's a huge gap in my consistency with my videos. I have looked within and have been really focused on my personal journey. So I appreciate your patience with me, and if you are looking for any spiritual messages, feel free to look at my archives and any old videos that I already have on my channel. I am very active on Instagram as well, so if you are looking for more content or a little bit more engagement in my channel and in my work, you might want to follow me on Instagram. All of the information will be in the description box below in regards to my social portals and everything you can do to reach out to stay in contact with me, and then also to follow my journey. So just a little tidbit. Thank you again for your patience, guys. Okay, messages for our collective, please, Spirit. So 3 cards dropped on the table so far. We have Patience, Upright. There's a little bit of a glare, sorry guys. We have Patience, Upright, Woman holding a coin. This is upright. And then we have Second Chakra, Archangel Ariel, and this is in reverse. So with these 3 cards here, just right off the bat, it does feel like Spirit is trying to remind us to be patient on our spiritual process. As we're healing, there is a lot of work to be done soul-wise to cater to that growth from becoming who we were to who we are meant to be. There's a lot of energy that we've picked up and sponged up over time that have really changed our overall energy and our aura, that have affected the way that we communicate with others, the way that we show up for ourselves, how we define ourselves, and the identities that we tie into our overall appearance. Spirit is trying to tell us that it is a process and everything is within baby steps. So you may feel that you've done a whole lot of work but can't really see a lot of gain with it, or any kind of true transformation. But what it is your internal transformations. So you might notice that there are things that might be resonating with you that weren't in the past, or even in reverse, things that resonated with you in the past that no longer do now. It could be habitual things that maybe you used as coping mechanisms. It could be people who no longer resonate at that vibration that you are emitting. It could be even your 9-to-5 job. Maybe you're not happy working for a company anymore, and you're being called to take a leap of faith to do something that's more passionate or that drives you. Either way, it is time to be patient on your journey, because Spirit wants to remind you, you are where you need to be right now. And you've done more than enough work thus far to allow the universe to do their part. So sit back and be aware of your surroundings, be aware of your opportunities, and any new doors that might be opening for you. Universe is working on playing their part in this overall growth period for you. And right now, they're waiting for you to be patient with them so that they can provide it in due time. Now, keep in mind, when you're telling the universe that you're not comfortable with where you're at, you might be manifesting in the wrong way. You might be attracting energy that you don't want in your life, but you're putting out all of that energy because you're in a need state of mind rather than a want state of mind. It would be nice if ... which is basically telling the universe that I am happy where I'm at, but it would be nice if this, that, or the other. The, the other version that where we find ourselves sitting at a lot is I need this, I need that. And when we are putting that verbiage out to the universe, we're basically telling the universe, I'm not where I need to be. I don't have the resources within and around me to do what I need to do to fulfill my purpose. I'm not happy. I'm not, in a sense, grateful for what I have. So be careful with what you're putting out to the universe and your thoughts, because they're quickly manifesting your reality. Now, the next card I have on the board is Woman Holding a Coin. So, Woman Holding a Coin to me is really speaking to your overall power, okay? So, just because the woman in the card is a woman doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be your feminine energy. It is your overall empowerment. The story that you tell yourself. Basically, you sitting in your worth, in your fullest potential and your power, and telling yourself that you are capable of doing all things that you basically set your mind to. Now, with this card, it does bring a lot of um, confidence and empowerment, but a lot of us are sitting in the opposite chair, right? So we know our worth, but to an extent. It's like we need validation from others to know our worth. But as we are quickly ascending to a higher level of vibration and in a sense, a different dimension, collectively, we are learning to change our perspective from a materialistic 3D type of living to a more spiritual um, fulfillment type of living. And what I mean by that is basically more people are focusing on their soul and integrating whatever they feel within themselves to mirror outward, right? This card is telling you that you can have the dreams of your or you can have the reality of your dreams, and you can quickly manifest those things in your life to match the vibration that you are emitting. So if you don't like where you are in your life, check yourself and check to see where am I vibrating at? Where is my overall vibration level? Am I emitting a high frequency, or am I still at a lower vibe where I'm attracting either negativity, deceit, it could be anger, jealousy. All of these different emotions at the lower level are what we collectively vibrated at prior to COVID. And the reason we were in those state of beings is because we were being conditioned to perceive each other as a comparison type of mindset rather than uplifting each other and praising each other for our differences, and learning from those differences with each other instead of against each other. So, Woman Holding a Coin is telling you that you have the opportunity to really sit in your power and really know your worth, but you need to let go of the story that you've been telling yourself thus far to change that story to match with who you are today. Okay? Second chakra, Archangel Ariel, is telling me that a lot of us are blocked creatively. It could be because we're lacking a relationship with ourselves. And what that comes down to is checking in with our soul, checking in with our vibrations, basically seeing if we're in alignment with our overall energy. Basically, what alignment means is just like okay, a car, right? With vehicles, you need to get an alignment every now and again, and especially when you get new tires, because you want to make sure that your car is driving straight and there isn't more wear on other tires unevenly, okay? So, just like a car, when we are out of alignment, there might be parts of us that we are emitting or exhausting faster than other parts of us, right? So physical labor might strain us physically, but when we watch like stuff on social media or watch TV, watch the news, It lowers our vibrations just by physically watching whatever is on TV, listening to the things that are being said, and then also we're absorbing that energy and it's staying within us. What helps to stay in alignment is movement. It could be dancing, it could be simple like yoga, it could be a walk. All of these things are very healthy to stay in alignment, but it does differ upon souls. Okay, everyone has different techniques and resources that they use to better their life and to match up their lifestyle. With this card, it is telling me that the lack of creative energy is also coming from us not placing our focus in the right place. Um, I'm receiving a message right now, and I hear Spirit telling me that we have been placing focus in the wrong places because of we're resisting that change from our old self to our new self. And as we're no longer resonating and vibrating at certain levels, there are certain habits and things that we have done in our life thus far that we are having a hard time letting go of. It could be friends, it could be habits, it could be um, a job, like I mentioned, but those things are definitely getting in the way of creating something for ourselves and also for our planet. Right now, Spirit really wants us to start thinking about how we can show up for our community and our world. You might feel very small compared to the world in itself, and I understand. But change doesn't happen in a grand scheme of things. Change happens with little by little things that are changing within us that make a big difference. As we change ourselves, we start to change our lifestyle, which changes our overall energy, and then that allows someone else to see us vibrating at a higher level, so they want to do the same. So there are definitely things that might be getting in the way of our overall ascension, but it's because of resistance that is stopping us from growing any further than what you've gone thus far. Yes, you're where you need to be, but be patient and trust yourself and trust the universe that you are where you need to be. Okay. Any more cards for us for our collective reading for November 9th through the 15th, 2020? Ooh, that's a lot of cards right now. 2 cards. Adjacent possibility, and this card is in reverse. So we might have missed out on some opportunities. We could have even blocked ourselves from receiving opportunities that the divine had in store for us with this year due to fear, due to not feeling enough or ready for this change. You also might want to be aware that there might be opportunities coming your way, and even if you don't feel completely ready for them, to be aware and open up your perspective to see the true benefit of this opportunity. There are certain things that are being placed in your journey from the divine to create a domino effect of healing for yourself, for others, and for our overall collective growth. I don't want to put a whole lot of pressure on you, but I do want you guys to be aware that there might be things that will help you show up as that beautiful light that you're meant to show up as. It also is telling me that living in fear is only going to continue keeping you in this vibration of missing opportunities, of missing things that can easily help your personal growth, your career growth, your spiritual growth at that. So be more aware and attuned with the vibrations that are vibrating around you. It could be from other people, it could be in situations, it could be the music you're listening to, the job that you're working at. All of these are different examples of what I'm talking about. The next card we have is Goddess of the Moon. This card is really beautiful when it's upright. When it's in reverse, it's basically telling us that we're not standing in our power. We are not owning the light within us. And that is a really hard subject because right now we're living in a world full of darkness. Right now we are surrounded by dark. Like it's starting to become eerie. And although with the election and everything kind of turning on us and showing us that we collectively can speak up against injustice and things that are not fair for everyone, okay? Now, it's great that we have collectively come together to create change, but it's just the beginning. If anything, right now, we need more people to stand up, to lead by example, to show their light, to be that lighthouse that illuminates this beautiful, bright light, basically bringing more people to shore so that they can be that light as well. Now, if you think of it this way, our world, let's say it's a black hole, okay? Put it against my shirt so that it shows it. Now, this black hole can easily be illuminated little by little with more and more light. And the more light that shows, the less black that you start to see. So it's kind of a bad example, but you kind of get the point, is that the more light that we start to exhibit and we show up, the less darkness. And one thing that I do want to remind you guys is the darkness serves a purpose for the light. The darkness allows the light to see its brightest, to be able to see how bright it's able to go. So don't be afraid of the dark, and don't be afraid of yourself, because that reflection is nothing but light. That reflection is nothing but beautiful white and golden rays of sunshine coming out of a physical human body. We're beyond just this vessel. This human body is just a vehicle that our soul uses to help fulfill our purpose physically in this physical world. Our soul would not be able to pick up cards or to even have like this video, create this video, or to spread knowledge, because a soul it's this floating thing that doesn't have a physical body to do things with and maneuver with. So I challenge you to change that perspective and see that, yeah, you're human, but that doesn't mean that you're automatically blessed with the ability. Okay, no. I take that back. I don't know where I was going with that. But basically what I was trying to say is, just because you know that you're a physical human being doesn't mean that you're just that. Okay? Yes, I can look at myself in the mirror and see a physical human being, but I know within me is a beautiful, bright soul. And that soul is what wants to spread more knowledge, more light, to help the collective wake up, to see themselves for who they are. Yes, it's beautiful when you start to see your light. You can do more light work. You can do more for the community and do things beyond just the one-way street game, right? So in the past, I may have been the type of person to basically say, yeah, I'll do this for you, but what do I get in return? And see, that's not a pure heart. That's not a genuine heart. I love giving and healing others. That's a part of my work. Now, we all have the ability to empathize. We all have the ability to heal. And when we open up ourselves to these gifts, the more that we can show up as that beautiful light that has a purpose. and the more that we can help change our world. So, yeah. I don't know where Spirit was taking me with that, but I definitely feel like this whole video so far has been Spirit just channeling through me for whoever needs to hear these messages. Okay. Weekly collective reading messages, please, Spirit, for our Transformation Tuesday. Any messages in regards to transformation? Okay, I think that might be the last one. So bottom of the deck we have community, and it's in reverse. So one thing that I want to bring up is how difficult it's been for us to adjust from the way of doing business to the new way of doing business, pre and post COVID. Now, we're getting used to the new way of living, but it was an adjustment in the beginning. And I can say for me that I'm still adjusting. With community, Spirit is telling us, regardless if we have face-to-face interactions or not, it's still important to develop a tribe for yourself, especially in regards to spiritual transformations. Now, what I mean by a tribe is creating a community, a group, some sort of circle to help hold you accountable of the spiritual work, transformations, and even knowledge, like gaining knowledge, spiritual knowledge to better yourself and to grow spiritually. These people will help you to not only grow spiritually, but to grow within yourself, to create a relationship with your soul, again, hold you accountable of your goals. And these people should be like-minded. They should be sharing the same purpose and the same vision as you. Surround yourself with loving, pure people who actually have your purest intention. Be careful with where you place your loyalty, because not everyone is going to share the same loyalty. So as you build your community, be aware there might be some people, basically spiritual vampires out there, that are just trying to take your energy, take your ideas for their own personal gain. And when empaths like myself put themselves in a position like that, we can easily feel very drained shortly after that interaction. So be careful with where you interact or who you interact with, and protect your energies. Blossoming Abundance is the next card that I have here, and it is in reverse. So just like Adjacent Possibilities in reverse, I think that we're blocking our abundance. We're blocking our gifts that the universe wants to provide us. And I think what it comes down to is the lack of patience. So the more that we demand, the less likely Spirit wants to provide. By demands, I mean I need. Again, changing your verbiage from I need to it would be nice if ... to tell the universe that I don't necessarily need it, but my life would actually be more enhanced if, or I would be able to do more soul work or community work if ... The next card that I have is the World, and this card is in reverse. Actually, the next couple cards I have are also in reverse. So we are neglecting our mission. We're neglecting our purpose. There are a lot of things that we need to do to help our world grow spiritually. We are forgetting that the soul within us came down to fulfill a purpose during this time on earth. It's a huge transformative period for us, and especially right now with it being November, and we only have a couple months, less than a couple months at this point for the year 2020. And although we, in the beginning of the year, we were sitting there wishing that this year would be over, well, now it's here. And let me ask you, have you done everything you wanted to do this year? Despite the pandemic, despite the setbacks. Have you fulfilled the goals that you placed in the beginning of the year? If not, it's not too late. At least start planning for next year. Next year is going to be a new cycle for us as collective world and individually. So start planning your next year. Start looking at how you want to end this year and how you want to begin next year. It's never too early. The World card is telling you that prepping is only going to help fulfill your mission that much more. Getting in tune with your power. And speaking of, Magician in the Mirror is the next card that came out, and it is in reverse. So it's screaming out to me that we're forgetting our power. We are forgetting our worth. We're forgetting our gifts and the things that we actually came to practice. Remember, you are a soul beyond this physical. You are beyond the physical world. You can easily communicate telepathically. You can easily be psychic enough to have premonitions, or at least to have vivid visions that interrupt your day. You might even have gifts of just seeing auras, or seeing spirits even. So tapping into knowing what your power is and practicing those gifts are going to help you remember who you are and remember your worth. Angel of Love is the last card that I have here, and this card to me is speaking out. We are lacking that heart chakra opening. We have been doing the work, and ascending our vibration from that lower state, that base chakra, survival type of perspective, to a higher vibe. We are almost at the heart chakra, but it's almost like we are stuck at our solar plexus. And for those who are unfamiliar of your chakras, your solar plexus is that spot a little bit above your belly button. It's basically that gut instinct. Whenever you're feeling like something's wrong and you're just like, ooh, that doesn't sit well, or when you're just feeling so confident and you're feeling yourself, usually you vibrate really high in your solar plexus. So you might be there and struggling with either your confidence or actually really feeding your power and sitting well with it. You could even be focused on your ego, which is your materialistic perspective of yourself, right? So the conditioned version of yourself, that thing that has been created to protect your energies based off of trauma and experiences in the past. So ego, soul, and forgot what the other one was, but what I was saying is that you might be feeling like you're stuck in placing your energies in the wrong situations. So focusing on yourself and integrating the idea of unconditional love for yourself, for others, is what's going to help you to maintain, like keeping on track, to maintain yourself and your focus and your determination on your overall soul purpose. So incorporate more love. We're lacking that in our world. And the more that you sit in that unconditional state of being and love, the easier it is for you to hear the messages from the divine to help you go from this step to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Okay, let's pull out a word to focus on for this reading. And let's see. Alright, Spirit, please give me a word to focus on for this week. Alright. Observe. I don't know if you can really read my writing, but observe. Observing yourself, observing your lifestyle, being in the passenger seat of your life to see how you can tweak a little bit or revise your lifestyle and your way of living. Be aware of where you place your energies, and be aware of whom you exchange those energies with. Tap into your power. Be patient. Observe and be patient. Those are the biggest things that I'm hearing right now. So, it has been one heck of a reading, and I want to thank you guys for staying till the end. If you are interested in a personal reading with me, please feel free to reach out. All of my contact information will be in the description box. Again, my most active social media is Instagram, so you might want to follow me on there. I do have a few series that I do on live, and they're all free readings. So if you're looking for more content but don't necessarily want to jump the gun for a personal reading, you might want to follow me on there and see what's going on. Um, and also, to help my channel grow, if you guys can click on the alarm bell just to stay active and to be notified anytime that I do drop a video, especially because I've been pretty inconsistent with my readings. So as I get in the flow of things and start to develop a schedule for my videos, I'll be more consistent. But until then, if you guys want to help me out by clicking the notification bell to be notified when I drop the video, that will help. Also, subscribing. So down here, there should be a subscribe button. That helps me so much because as I am new on YouTube, I eventually want to have a higher following so that I can bring out some merchandise for you guys, maybe even just get more involved by providing some workshops. So help my channel grow and help Divine Geomatrix grow, because right now we are a little baby and the more people that we have to help us out to cater to this growth, the easier this transition starts to be. And not to mention that the better of a community we start to build. So let's help each other grow. Let's help each other hold each other accountable, and let's be there for one another. Okay? So it's been my pleasure to provide this reading. I hope that you guys found some messages in there that resonated with your life. With love and light always, I close it out. Namaste. See you guys later.